Hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Is the sound good? Is that better? Can y'all hear me? Hello, everyone. We're back. We are back. We are back. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Let's go ahead and do my disclaimer again since we are back, honey. Everything video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment, okay? We're going to give some people a chance to come right on back. Somebody say, hey, I see y'all coming back. Yes, come on in, honey. Come on in. Come on in. We are back, baby. Can y'all hear me? Can everybody hear me good? Can y'all hear me? Yes, okay. I see y'all. I see y'all. Great. Thank y'all for joining me back, okay? Honey, I had to get up off StreamYard because StreamYard is char ripping, girl. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. I need my people to be able to hear me and see me, honey. We are back. We are back, honey. We back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, honey. Yes, yes. Somebody said, yes, I sound good. Yes, honey. Thank y'all. Says yes, and we can hear. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Happy Saturday, everyone. I see that, PK Joe. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to give y'all a chance to come on in, honey. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right? Yes, because we need that tea, baby. Yes, and I got it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do, honey. Because I got to get into this whole Chris Stokes thing because this, baby, this time this blew my bangs all the way back when I saw this because I was like, oh, and I was just looking at a video the other day with Chris Stokes, and I was just like, no, this did not go down. All right, so right before we get into the whole Chris Stokes thing, because baby, listen, that damn Diddy. Now, right before we kind of left off the other live, we were talking about the ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay, and how they conveniently went up when they had Betty on there. But the problem with that is, people were saying they don't want the mothers, and I talked about this at Car Chronicles. They were saying they don't want the mothers being on the show, putting themselves in situations to be disrespected, like Betty. Okay. Baby, listen, Betty should not be on the show. Wanda should not have been on the show. And I've talked about this till I'm damn blue in the face. We have not had that type of situation with Miss Van on the show. I've never seen Miss Van being buck on nobody. I mean, she did correct Destiny when Destiny stuck her head out at Madani at that event, honey, with no lights on over there, where it was hot as hell. Okay, where they were trying to get her some camera time in that damn toe down place. But when she kind of came at Mel's mama, I didn't like that. Miss Van had to let her know, like, girl, don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me. And then when Wanda came at her talking about some, she was ghetto and all that. I'm not ghetto. I was like, girl, your ass is totally ghetto. But yeah, they don't even show Miss Van that much. Like, Miss Van made some appearances at the reunion. I mean, at this season. So why haven't we seen her at the reunion? When Melody had her, y'all know her name change ceremony, we got a chance to see Miss Van, and everybody was happy to see her because we haven't really seen her since they showed the kids' birthday party at the skating ring. They showed her a little bit there, where Martell was yelling all in her damn face, but we really haven't seen her like interacting with Mel, and the fans missed that. But then you showing Betty and giving her all this screen time, and we were trying to figure out why, Carlos. Like, why? Betty shouldn't have been there. But let's go over the ratings again for those of you that did not hear. Okay, now let's do the season finale. Let's go back to the season finale when Mel and Martell were sitting up there having their little discussion where he thought he was doing something out here spending 490 cents, honey, on his little car that probably almost declined if they would have, if the bill would have been $5, Martell, that shit would have declined. I just know it. Thank God it was only $490 out here, child. $4.90 rather. $4.90, because had it been $5, that car would have declined. All right, so the ratings for the season finale of Love and Marriage Huntsville came in at 317,000. Okay, 317,000 views. That's low. That's low. Okay, that's low. That says people are not watching. People have stopped watching, and guess who they are watching? Me and other content creators that cover the show, and all the shenanigans that happens off the show. More stuff happens really off the show versus on the show, to be honest. And we, the content creators, keep you guys updated and, you know, and abreast on what's going on with those said situations. Okay. So a lot of people are watching us now versus the show because it's not giving what it needs to give. The show is very lackluster now, and it's sad. Now, for part 1 of the reunion, as I was saying before, it came in at 364,000 views. Okay. For part 2 of the reunion, which aired last Saturday, where Betty was on there screaming at Mel, honey, the ratings did go up to 402,000, but 402,000 rather. The only problem with that is Carlos King is going to see that as a point of saying, well, see, you know, mess does sell. The back and forth drama between Mel and Betty, that did help the ratings. I mean, it jumped from 364,000 up to 402,000. Bottom line is, it's still a ratchet moment. And this is why Carlos got kicked off of Bravo for this level of bullshit. Because Carlos, you don't like to do your job. You mix business with pleasure. You mix friendship and business too much, which is why Martell's ass is still on the damn show. People been trying to get him off this damn show for the longest. But when you are friends with the people that you're supposed to be their boss, it makes it very hard for you to make sound decisions, okay? And you allow people to keep coming on this show and attacking Melody, which really is why people watch the show in the first place. So Melody already has her own network over there that she can be over there producing shows on, and like she's got one coming up here in a few. If she leaves Love and Marriage Huntsville, the show is over. Like, how many people are going to still watch this damn show with just the Scotts on it? Nobody cares to see them. Everybody's tuning in every Saturday to watch Melody and to see what is going on with her. And the Scotts are really like a supporting cast. That's really what's going on this damn show. So Carlos, I mean, you didn't really think about asking Kimmy to come and be the first person on your podcast down there in Huntsville because you knew that was not going to draw a crowd. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. Okay? You'll use Melody in order to boost your business ideas and business ventures, but you will not protect her. And I think that is what's going on with the millimeters and everyone else that's watching this damn show. We have a problem with that. You didn't ask Tisha to come and sit on your podcast down there to help, you know, get viewers and viewership and all that, because you know that she cannot draw a crowd in that way. But Melody is, of course, the fan favorite. So that is who you picked over to ask to come to sit on your platform so that you can embarrass her once again, because that is when he's saying he's going to talk about the whole, you know, address of Revenge P and all this other stuff. And I don't feel like that should be the platform to do it. I'm just saying that's not the platform to do it. This woman is taking time out of her busy schedule, her busy day. She's a businesswoman. So she is obliging you with her time to come and sit on your podcast because this is your money. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of the details of whatever they decided that he may pay her for coming on said podcast to help her out or whatever, you know, to pay her for her time. Because y'all know Melody says she gets paid to speak. That's what she gets paid for. She does public speaking. She gets paid for that. So I don't do business arrangements they made for that. But my whole thing is, why would you want to talk about Martell and this Revenge P in that moment? Talk about her businesses. Talk about what she's doing. She's dating. She's moving on with her life. She's, you know, she has a lot of other things going on. So it's like you're still trying to put a damper and still low-key give Martell that credit and some of her screen time, because she's still having to share screen time and still film with him when off screen he's doing revenge P plots and all this and coming after her and stalking her and trying to tap her phone. He's having this relationship with Ariane and lying about it and denying and having her children around them. Martell is not feeding the children like he's supposed to, and having coming over there bringing food for their children on his week. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on off the show. Okay, I'm tired of Martell being rewarded for this situation. I'm tired of it. Like, it's just giving too much at this point. And Carlos, we need you as the producer of this damn show to finally step up and do what you're supposed to do and stand up for Black women. Women, period. Women, period. Like, stop it. He gets a rise out of that. He does. When they were I just watched the reunion, part 3 reunion for Bell Collector. When they mentioned Melody and Martell, I was like, why are y'all mentioning them? They're not on the show. Saying that Cliff was saying that that Melody chose to leave Martell after he leveled her up And after she got all her businesses and stuff, after Martell helped level her up, then Melody decided she wanted to leave after Martell got her where she is. Bitch, when did he get her anywhere? Martell didn't get Melody nowhere. This girl, she let go of all the businesses that she and Martell started together. Holt & Holt, which was a whole $1 million fucking business. And this girl restarted. She pressed reset in her life and started over with every single fucking business that she's got right now with no help from Martell. And every one of her businesses that she started are lucrative businesses. And he is mad because he don't get no cut. See, that's the problem. He's upset because he don't get no cut when all this time he's running around saying, oh, I'm the one that started off. I'm the one that got you here. I'm the one that got you there. When ain't it a whole coinky dink that your shit ain't popping at all now that she's gone, and you have the, opportunity to start your own shit and start your own businesses and do what you need to do to get yourself back in a financial comfortable place. Just like her. It's not her responsibility to give you a portion of sugar mama stuff because you her daddy. You didn't start that fucking business. And that's why he's after her like he is. It's Martell really works my nerves like a full-time fucking job. He does, y'all. I'm sick and tired of him. And I'm tired of Carlos continuing to allow this situation to occur. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm tired of the mess. Okay. Let me get to this video because I want to play this, what Dustin had to say. Okay. Very, very good video. Very, very good video. Okay. Very good video. Very good video. Okay. Yes, part one. All right. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. I always try to be prepared, but I got so much stuff going on over here. All right. So. Because, baby, listen, I'm about sick of damn Betty. I'm sick of all of them, y'all. I'm sick of all of them. All right, let me get to it. Hold on. Y'all just talk amongst yourselves, honey. I'm coming. I'm coming. Ooh. All right, hold on. Is that the one? I think that might be it. Let's see if that's it. No, that ain't it. That ain't it. I want to play for you guys what Dustin had to say about them. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay. Let me go ahead and get into this Chris Stokes situation because this is like some really, really hot tea, y'all. And it's no coinky dink that Diddy's name that came up in this bullshit as well. We're gonna skip ahead and then I'm gonna spin the block. All right, so this situation with Chris Stokes, you guys, as you guys may know, is a serious, serious situation. Now, y'all know for the longest time, Chris Stokes has been saying that he never ever violated any of the B2K members. Y'all know the group B2K, the boy band or boy group rather, B2K. Okay. He's been saying for years that he never ever violated them in any way, which I always call bullshit because he just gives that it's just something that's not right with him. Okay. And now I'm finding out some information that has been confirmed. And guess who was confirmed by his own wife? Yes, Chris Stokes' own wife has threw him under the bus, but we're going to talk about that here in a second. I'm going to play this video for you guys where some members of B2K actually talk about some things actually did happen to Raz B in the group, which I figured that happened. I said, this boy is not acting out and acting crazy like this for no apparent reason. Okay, he was touched inappropriately. And another guy, Quentin, what's his name? Quentin, I think Tanner rather. Or Tarver. Is it Tarver? I think it's Quentin Tarver. Of course, he has passed away. He was in a car accident. I want to say a few years back. he was also in the same circle as B2K, and he was touched inappropriately. And they're saying that he was SA'd allegedly by singer Marcus Houston, which you know is like cousins with Omarion and him. So I'm gonna play this for you guys so y'all can hear it in its entirety. Because baby, listen, when I heard this, I said, "Oh my God!" Okay. So Chris Stokes, which is their manager, B2K's manager, Diddy's name came up in this as well. And they were saying that R. Kelly's name came up in it too, because he actually wrote some songs for B2K. So he's been kind of hanging around. Y'all know what R. Kelly's into. We already know what Diddy's into. Okay. Yeah, we already know what that gives. So let's just go ahead and turn this up. Yeah, we know what that gives. I'm gonna go ahead and mount this up, baby, so y'all can hear it. Because, baby, listen. When I saw this, I said, yeah, I gotta share it. And then I'm gonna do my commentary at the end. In terms of what's going on with this situation here. All right.
Claim that he was by Chris Stokes and everything else like that. Right. You know, the way that he responds to certain things, something traumatic has definitely happened. So.
Me and Boo was in a room together. Chris Stokes put us in a room together and made us do stuff together. That's what they do. That's how they move. But I tell you right now, let somebody do that to my kid, I will blast their brains out in broad daylight.
Omarion just joined the chat on growing rumors that Diddy will be prosecuted for his alleged SA crimes, and Omarion is now spilling the tea on the widespread SA of young male artists in the industry, including the infamous allegations made by B2K member Raz B against Chris Stokes. Meanwhile, viral theory is spreading online about Chris Stokes being part of something called the Boule, a rumored branch of the Illuminati that Diddy is also allegedly part of. According to this theory, powerful men who are part of the society perform ritual SA on boys and young men, and word on the street is that these rituals are rampant in the music industry. But what exactly does Omarion know about these rumored rituals? Did Chris Stokes and Diddy really victimize B2K members? Let's break it down.
After that, we were able to get him in a better place, you know, where he felt comfortable.
The never-ending saga about Diddy being a real-life demon and deviant just took another disturbing turn after Omarion reportedly decided to speak out about the SA that B2K members allegedly suffered at the hands of Chris Stokes and Diddy. Now, in case you're not familiar with Chris Stokes, he's a former record executive and the brains behind the Ultimate Group record label, whose roster included big names like B2K, Omarion, Janae Aiko, and Marcus Houston. Now, let's rewind the clock to 2007 for a bit of context. One of the B2K members, Demario Rasby Thornton, who just so happens to be Chris's cousin, dropped a bombshell accusation claiming he was SA'd by both Chris and Marcus Houston when he was just 11 or 12. According to Rasby, the alleged SA took place when Chris was managing B2K. Raz also shared a video of a deeply unsettling conversation with former label mate Quinton Tarver, where they laid bare graphic horror stories about the alleged SA by both Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes. At one particularly distressing point, Quinton recounted an incident where Marcus Houston allegedly SA'd him, while Chris Stokes stayed on the bed and watched the attack happen.
I laid down on the floor. Chris was on the bed. Marcus was right there next to me. Once he tried to penetrate me. And then I told him I was bleeding. I said, it hurts. Wow, what the fuck? It hurt, dude. It hurt. It hurt me. My kid. So he was like telling me that it's okay. So I was like, okay, it's okay. You put it in my bro. Yeah, we might. When Chris laying on the bed, watching with the big polo, teddy bear, and the big dog on the bed. You're watching.
According to Quinton, this harrowing attack took place in Chris's bedroom, and then Raz B chimed in, vividly describing the setting and claiming that he too was SA'd in that very same bedroom.
And Chris had, are you talking about that wooden bed Chris had, that real high wooden bed?
Yes.
Yeah, I know about that bed. Hey, on the side of that bed on the left of it was that little glass jar with the change in it and the little like futon? Was there a little?
How do you know about that? Because you were younger than me.
Huh?
How do you know about that? I said, how do you know about that. You were younger than me, so how do you know about that?
Quentin, I'm trying to tell you, I walked through the same thing that you walked through. That first time that Marcus ever put his in my was in that room too.
But Raz B didn't stop there.
Y'all
He
hear
went
that?
on to make another disturbing claim, alleging that both Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes essayed him again in Las Vegas.
That happened like, I believe that happened like twice, like once there and then like one time like in Vegas, it was like me, Marcus, and Chris.
Now, at first, Quinton wasn't too keen on Chris making their conversation public, but later on, he spilled the beans in an interview and confirmed all these horrifying things happened to him as a child star. To add insult to injury, when Quinton shared his story with his management team, expecting support and understanding, the response he received was nothing short of heartbreaking. When that took place, I shared it with one person that I thought I could trust and confide in, Quinton said. This person went back and said something to my management at that time, and immediately I noticed that there was this distance. They wouldn't answer the phone when I came out to LA. Quinton revealed that as soon as he spoke up about the essay, all the promising opportunities that were on the horizon for him were snatched away, and he developed substance issues. I had to come back home because someone did something to me, Quinton said. I didn't know how to cope with that. I didn't know how to deal with that. I began drinking and dabbling in drugs, and I lost it, man. I spiraled completely. But what's even more heartbreaking is that Quinton sadly passed away at age 38 before getting any justice. On April 1st, 2021, Quinton's life was cut short in a car crash in Dallas, Texas. The police said that, for an undetermined reason, the driver lost control and struck the center concrete barrier, veered back across a turnpike, and struck the guardrail. Quinton suffered severe injuries, and despite efforts to save him, he died at a nearby hospital. As for Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston's reactions to Raz B and Quinton's allegations, they both denied any wrongdoing. In fact, Marcus took it a step further by filing for a restraining order against Raz, claiming that the accusations caused him emotional distress. Chris Stokes also denied Raz B's allegations and said in a statement, "All the allegations they made are false. I'm not gay, and I'm married, and I have 4 kids. I've been with my wife for 16 years, and I'm not a child molester. So those are all false allegations. I'm going to sue them, and I owe that to my wife and kids, period. It's ridiculous." However, Chris never sued Raz B, the same way Diddy never sued Cassie or others who had made essay allegations against him. Now, adding another layer to the story, Raz B's bandmate, Omarion, initially defended Chris Stokes and went as far as accusing Raz of lying. However, in a surprising turn of events, several years down the line, Omarion openly acknowledged that Raz B had indeed suffered something traumatic. Back in 2007, when the allegations first surfaced, Omarion took to the public platform to express support for Chris Stokes, claiming he was a father figure and a role model to all the boys he mentored. "I want to be on the record as saying that Raz B Thornton and Ricardo Thornton are lying regarding Chris Stokes," Omarion said. "Chris is a father figure to myself and many others in the industry. He's guided us, helped raise us, and is nothing more than an inspiration and someone I respect and look up to." Omarion also added that he had never once seen Chris behave inappropriately and accused Raz B of damaging his reputation. However, fast forward to 2019, and Omarion changed the tune about Raz's allegations. In a sit-down with Vlad TV, Omarion said that once he matured as a person, he finally understood that something traumatic happened to Raz B.
Now in my maturity and really understanding, where he's at, I understand more. I understand better.
And this time around, Omarion didn't go to the lengths of defending Chris Stokes or accusing Raz B of lying. Instead, he just said it wasn't his place to point fingers.
He claimed that he was by Chris Stokes and everything else like that.
Right.
Which it's always been denied by all the other parties involved. There was never any proof, but he kept saying it over and over again.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about space
guys.
lately, specifically the space out back, and how I can turn.
All right, we're back.
Yeah, I definitely think something happened to him. I don't know what happened to him, but I think something happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between him and Chris, or him and other people?
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's. I don't think it's for me to really, say whether or not, anything happened. I didn't see anything happen, so I don't know. I can't speak facts. That's why I like to speak on. So I like to speak facts.
Let's get the lights up,
so
guys.
I don't know, but I feel like, the way that he responds to certain things, something traumatic has definitely happened. So.
Now, as for the Diddy-Chris Stokes connection, in the aftermath of Raz-B's allegations, Diddy reportedly took steps to distance himself from Chris. However, the rumor mill has been churning for years, suggesting that Diddy might also have some skeletons in the closet regarding the B2K boys. Back in 2002, Diddy collaborated with B2K on the chart-topping hit Bump Bump Bump, a track written and produced by none other than R. Kelly. Many fans are now revisiting this collaboration because Bump 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 is a suggestive track. And at the time of the recording, B2K were just teenagers, while Diddy was in his 30s. With the knowledge we now have about Diddy, the whole vibe of the collaboration takes on a whole different tone. And then the fact that the song was written by R. Kelly himself adds an extra layer of creepiness. But that's not all. People online are now claiming that both Diddy and Chris Stokes are part of a secret society called the Boule, where a ritual essay of young men is allegedly commonplace. By the way, Jonathan Odie, a former S-worker who claimed he took part in freak-offs with Diddy and Cassie, previously told police that Diddy is a member of the Boule and that he kept him as a slave.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this? Do you know Sean Combs? Puff Daddy? Yeah. Diddy, whatever you call himself. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati. I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate, talk about it with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with people and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay?
So as you can see, it seems this rabbit hole is weirder than most of us can imagine. As for the allegations about Diddy and Chris Stokes victimizing B2K members, fans are saying where there's smoke, there's fire. Someone said, damn, between Diddy, R. Kelly, and Chris Stokes, B2K was surrounded by creepy dudes. Them poor boys. And another fan wrote, Chris Stokes needs to be taken down as much as Diddy. My heart breaks for Raz-B. The way he's always laughed at, while it's obvious that his behavior is a result of trauma due to the abuse he went through, is disgusting. I really wish him healing and peace. But how do you feel about this rumored connection between Diddy and Chris Stokes? And do you think they both really did something to the B2K boys? Comment down below, and then check out this next video.
Shout out. Y'all enjoy the video? So that gives you a little history on what we're getting ready to talk about, okay? That's giving you a history on what we're talking about. Shout out to Trinity, okay? What was that, Trinity? No. Shout out to This Happened. I'm sorry. Shout out to This Happened. All right, so let's get into some real stuff here. Chris Stokes, there have been rumors about Chris Stokes in the industry for years, violating members of B2K, okay? I've been hearing rumors. I've heard rumors. I've also heard rumors about Marcus Houston. Now, Raz-B was talking to, if you guys could hear it, sounded a little muffled a little bit, the way the phone call was between Raz-B and Quentin Tarver, the guy that they were saying that had an accident and passed away. Quentin was telling Raz-B that he was in a room, which was, I think, Chris Stokes' room, and he described the bed and everything. And Raz-B was like, oh my God, like that's the same bed that I was violated on. He described the bed to a T. Was it this high wooden bed? He was like, yes. He was even saying, was it a piggy bank or something on the side of the bed? Like he described the room. So there's no way in hell he's lying about that. If he didn't even know about the encounter that happened with Quentin Tarver, who was also an affiliate of B2K. They were trying to get his career off the ground, but unfortunately, because he chose to speak about what happened to him and because he was essayed by Marcus Houston, he said that he was like 10 or 11 when it happened. And Quentin was telling Raz-B, he was like, how do you know about this bedroom? Because you were younger than me when this happened to me. So put two and two together. If Quentin Tarver was 10 and whatever happened to Raz-B, if he was younger than, he said, you were way younger than me. So what does that say to you? He was a little boy when said allegations, allegedly, let's put allegedly on there because nobody's been to court yet. So we don't know this to be facts yet, okay? But he was saying that he was on a bed, that Chris Stokes was laying on a bed and watching the entire time when Marcus Houston, and I'm going to say allegedly, was essaying him, and he was trying to tell him that he was in pain and that it hurt and he was hemorrhaging. This is what Quentin was telling Raz-B. Raz-B was just like, oh my God, that's the same thing that happened to me. Yeah, Marcus Houston, the same guy that was Roger off Sister, off the show Sister with Tia and Tamara. Now, I saw y'all putting it in the comments about Marcus Houston's wife. She was a runaway, a teenage runaway, okay? He was always too old for her in the beginning. Now, they were saying that this girl, where her parents were looking for her when she ran away and was staying in California with Marcus Houston and with Chris Stokes. And they were saying that she was being groomed. And it's no coincidence that once she became public in a relationship with Marcus Houston, everybody was saying, okay, this is the same girl that had ran away and people were looking for her. What are you doing in a relationship with her? And you like 40 something damn years old. She is like young. Her name is Mia. She's a beautiful girl. But unfortunately, they were saying that she was groomed to be in the position that she is in right now. She just had her second baby, a son, by Marcus Houston. He married her barely out of her teens. He was saying that she was living with him and they never had any type of sexual encounter. I call bullshit. She's a beautiful girl. You've already been named in said situations with B2 members of B2K. I don't see you letting a beautiful girl as her stay in your home and you don't have any type of something going on inappropriately. You don't want to admit to that because it's a freaking crime. That's why he don't want to say, oh yeah, we were in a full-blown relationship and it was consent. If she's not an adult, if she's not able to consent as an adult, then it's a crime. Period. But he married her and she very shortly had her first child by him. And then she just had a son. She had a little girl and then she just had a son not even a month or two ago. All right. Now, I was looking up some stuff, honey, and it came across my desk, baby. Chris Stokes loved to use that whole I'm married. It's his favorite thing to say. I'm married. And I got a wife and I got 4 kids and I've been married for 16 years. Plenty of men that are in the closet, honey, stay married to stay in the closet. Okay. There are a lot of men in Hollywood and anywhere else that's out of Hollywood that marry women that know that they straddling the fence in that way because the woman is supposed to be like a cover up for the man who does not want to come out of the closet. What's the movie with Janet Jackson where her husband was out there messing with men? It happens. It happens. Okay. It happens. Like, don't nobody care if you was married for no 14 years. It's been 14 years that you haven't been true to yourself. And now I see why Raz B have been acting crazy. That boy moved all the way to Japan, guys, to get away from everybody. He didn't want to see Chris Stokes. He didn't want to see members of B2K. He was fighting with them because he was trying to tell them this stuff happened to me. Thank you. Why did I get married? Why did I get married? No, it was another movie from and it wasn't even a Tyler Perry movie, I don't think. It was a movie with Janet Jackson where her husband was where he was on the down low. But and I think he had like the package too, they found out. But Chris Stokes, since you like to sit up here and say you were married for 14 years and you got 4 kids, and out of respect for your wife that you're gonna sue, and he was sending out cease and desist, you guys. He was sending out cease and desist to members of B2K that were trying to speak about this. 4 Color Girls, thank you. I couldn't remember the name of the movie. Okay, if you didn't watch that movie, please watch it. Eye-opening. Now, Chris Stokes' wife has come out and she has put Chris Stokes on blast. Check this shit out. When I saw this, I said, there is a God. It says that Chris Stokes' ex-wife, Manye Morton, addresses the alleged sexual assault allegations against Chris Stokes. She says that I can confirm that he committed these acts. Now, you just said, with respect to my wife, who I've been married to for 14 years, and I have 4 children with, I am suing because these are false allegations. So now why is it that your wife is coming out saying, the same wife you were married to for 14 years with 4 children, that same one, her. Why is she coming out and saying that I can confirm that he committed these acts? Let's talk about what she had to say, because she gave a statement. She says, her name is Manye Morton. She says, I married him, meaning Chris Stokes, in 2004. She says, I married him in 2004, just days before I gave birth to my 4th child. You had all them kids without being ringed up, girl. says that he has faced accusations of sexual acts that I know to be true. This is the wife speaking. Okay. She said, but parties are unwilling to come forward and confirm them. Okay. She says that I can confirm that he committed these acts, and it begins with the acknowledging that I didn't want to accept. This is the wife speaking. Okay. She says, I married a perpetrator of such crimes. This is what the wife is saying. She says, now it's time for me to liberate my spirit and open up about it. This is the wife speaking. She says, for the past 2.5 years, I dedicated time to self-improvement, working on my mental, physical, and emotional well-being, often in solitude. She says, at this point, she says that my heart's desire is for every victim, including myself, to heal and live long, healthy, and productive lives. She says, I seek justice. Hashtag Chris Stokes. Hashtag she names Marcus Houston. That means that she is throwing you out there, Marcus Houston, of some stuff she knows about. She also says hashtag accusations. Hashtag truth, hashtag reality. His wife, the same person who he tried to have vouched for him to say that everybody else that had these accusations against him were lying, she is coming forward and saying that she can vouch that everything that these boys are saying that happened to them has happened. It's no coincidence that these boys are acting out. It's no coincidence that Rasby keep getting in trouble with the law. He's trying to get help because he was violated multiple times. He said it didn't just happen one time, multiple times. And he couldn't speak on it or he wouldn't have a career. And that's how they trap him. That's what happened with Quentin Tarver, the other guy that you guys saw in there that had the accident. He spoke out about it because it was bothering him. But he wanted to have a career, and that's what's going on. We've talked about it with so many other boys in the industry that just want to come in and render their talents, whether they sing, rap, dance, act, whatever. They are being victimized by this thing called the boule, which is an sex cult in Hollywood. You guys see where they have they dress up in these robes. Those things actually happen. It's an attachment to the Illuminati. Diddy is a part of it. Chris Stokes is a part of it. Several other higher up executives are a part of it. R. Kelly may have had some dealings with it as well because he also was doing trafficking of girls and boys that we saw if you guys followed the case with him as well. A lot of our young people are being victimized and tricked into being in the industry and being sex slaves to predators who did not get help when they were probably violated as children themselves. We know that R. Kelly was violated as a child by his own sister. Okay, go back and look at the documentary. His own sister was violating him with a number 2 pencil. I can't lie about it. Those are his words. He put it out there. She wouldn't let him go out and play. And it's always the person that they think is closest to them, that they trust, that they let their guards down. Okay. I saw a picture online. I can't show it on here because I don't want YouTube to be tripping. But members of B2K, half dressed, laying in a bed, and they were all cuddled up. I said, what the fuck is going on here? This don't look right. Whoever took the picture, whoever took the damn picture, that did not look right. And I said it before, there is no way as a wife you can be living with this person, married to this person, being around this person, and you don't know the shit that's going on with this person. And that's why I always keep my foot up Andrea Kelly's ass. Because I said, baby, it's no coincidence that your ass was staying in the same house. You were the godmama and babysitting the same girl that was a 14-year-old being violated by your then husband in your house. You ain't heard nothing. You ain't seen nothing. You ain't witnessed nothing. And I call bullshit. How you babysitting her and you don't know where she is and what she's doing and what's taking place in your house? Several videos were being taken, or being video rather, in your house, and you ain't know nothing But you sit in videos and you sit in interviews and do the ugly cry because you don't want to be convicted for some shit that you let happen on your hands. You play victim. Somebody said they saw the pictures too. Yeah. Laying in the bed, half dressed. It was highly inappropriate. And they were younger. B2K was younger when that picture was taken. I don't know who took the picture, but it was highly inappropriate. Inappropriate. It's looking like Marcus Houston may have been groomed by, because y'all know all of them started out in the business when they were young. It's looking like Marcus Houston, I'm going to say allegedly, may have been groomed by Chris Stokes. Chris Stokes, it sounds like you've been on this predatory stuff for quite some time, sir. Okay. And these guys, and as you saw in the video, they saw Chris Stokes as being like they called him a father figure. And that's what they do. They get the parents to trust them to say, hey, I'm going to take them and I'm going to, mold them into these stars, these superstars. But in the meantime, these kids are being violated. That's what was going on with R. Kelly. Azriel Clary, her parents signed paperwork to allow this young girl to go stay with R. Kelly because R. Kelly says, I have a female assistant who is going to watch your child while she's in my care and I'm making her a star. She never became that because she became his sex slave. She was trafficked. She was mistreated. She was hit. It was a lot of things if you followed the Surviving R. Kelly documentary. She was tricked into being in a situation where she was locked in rooms, etc. Sick individuals who are involved in this thing, this cult called the Boule. Now, the white guy that you guys saw sitting on the bed and he was talking to the feds. He is the same guy that I told you where they were saying that he was involved in said essays with Diddy and Cassie during the time that Cassie was with Diddy. He says he was in multiple FO situations with Cassie. He had multiple encounters with Cassie with the direction of Diddy. Okay. Now he actually spoke on the Boule. How would he know about the Boule? How would he know about that if he wasn't in said situation? He was giving and dropping nuggets where only a person who was in said situation would know those things. Okay. Period. Now that guy was actually an exotic dancer. And he also did some, what do they call it? Like men of the night, rather. Okay. He was one of those. And that's how he was contacted through Diddy and Cassie, because Diddy used to make Cassie call these men. Okay. These, guys that would come through and, the 304s, these men that were 304s, and they call them dates. They called them dates, but really they weren't dates. They were FOs, and they would have these masks on, and they would come in there and they would take these drugs and they would be high, and they would do all kind of sexual things at the direction of Diddy while he sat back and pleased himself watching it. And I'm going to say participating as well, because as we know, he does like the opposite sex. He likes dealing with women and he likes dealing with men. Whatever you like to do in your bedroom is fine. But when you involve people who are not, in favor of said situations and they're not able to make clear decisions because of said narcotics in their system, then it becomes a crime. And that is why he's being charged with now 4 different essay assault crimes. He got 4 cases that he's sitting on. Cassie has already solved hers. And for him to say, I'm not this person, I'm going to fight this to get my good name back. Motherfucker, what name? Because you're the same person that settled in less than 24 hours. That just tells me what need to be told. Because a person that ain't guilty of some shit like that was told in the deposition with Cassie, you gonna fight that tooth and nail, baby. You got the money to fight it. You got the money to get top lawyers to fight this situation and shut it down to get your reputation back to where it used to be, which was still trash, unbeknownst to us. Because now, since Cassie came in with this damn deposition, it just kind of kicked the damn door down to all the bullshit that he was involved with prior, to where other women and men are coming out saying they too were violated and their stories are mad similar, just like R. Kelly. Now, just like Chris Stokes. It's some very predatory bullshit going on in Hollywood. And I need people who are in these situations to speak up so it can be like a domino effect and it can stop happening. You should not have to sacrifice your body for a career. It's sad. These are young boys. And when children are violated as children, it does something to them to where they can't function as mentally stable adults. That is something that, because they know that it's wrong. Even though they don't know what sex is, they know what inappropriate touching and sex situations are. If you are messing with a 10-year-old and they're telling you, hey, this don't feel right, and you continue to do that, you are taking their innocence. And then don't sit there and look at him like, oh, I'm filing a restraining order against you because you're acting crazy. I don't want you around me. When, bitch, it was okay for me to be around you when you were violating. That's the problem that I have. Marcus Houston, while you trying to be sitting out here acting like you ain't had shit to do with it, but you want to be out here filing restraining orders to keep people away from you when it was okay to be around this person when you were doing shit you should have been doing, allegedly. Allegedly. Because ain't nobody been to court yet. Okay, I ain't gonna be out here on my Tasha K bullshit. I'm gonna throw that allegedly in there because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. You can see it in children as an adult when they grow up, when they've had things bothering, when someone bothered them when they should not have bothered them. I kept saying, I believe Raz B. This boy ain't acting out like this for nothing. Why would he move all the way to fucking Japan away from all his family and anybody that he knows and stayed over there for years? On videos, on live, screaming and hollering and just acting out. He was screaming out for help. And they were laughing at this boy. And they kicked him out of the group because mentally he was not able to function because of what happened to him and he was trying to tell people. But they had him under this gag order and waving his career in his face when that's all he had to survive and support himself. He was screaming out for help. Just like Quentin Tarver was screaming out for help. And his career was just beginning. And the powers that be and the people that were in charge of his career at the time, Chris Stokes, said, oh no, I can't let you expose me. And that's the problem. When people are living closeted lives and they violate a person and you're trying to expose them in an effort to get help for yourself, they're going to shut you down because they're not ready to come out yet. They're not finished violating yet. They're not finished being on their bullshit out here because it has become comfortable to them. They've gotten away with it for so long until it's normal in order to do these things to people and continue to get away with it because of what tax bracket you see yourself in. And that's sad. Parents, watch your children. Don't be dropping them off anywhere. Mine don't do sleepovers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to watch your children. This dropping your kids off to go make them a star and you ain't checking in on them. You don't know where they are. I said the same thing about Usher's mama. How you all the way in Atlanta, Georgia, and you send your child to New York to go stay with a grown-ass man who you barely know that you only saw on TV because he got money in the bank. The original agreement was with the record executor. Not Diddy. He was passed off to Diddy because he knew Diddy was going to do what he did with everybody else. That mama didn't even know. That boy was staying with Diddy, seeing all kinds of crazy shit. And probably involved with a lot of stuff. When they asked him, would you have your sons around him? Before they even finished the question, he said, hell no. Hell no. I think Usher was violated too. Will he ever tell that? No, because he don't want his career violated. When you start telling on people that have control over your career and your destiny, you cut yourself off, and they know that. Usher, he tell just enough to let you know some shit happened. He ain't gonna tell you who did the shit. He ain't gonna tell you who was involved and who was connected to it, but he gonna leave enough nuggets for you to be like, you know what? That boy's on to something. Justin Bieber, I see you putting it in there. Justin Bieber was batshit crazy and was on the DURG so bad that he didn't know when he was coming and going. They got videos of this boy in a club. And I don't know if you guys saw it. Justin Bieber He like a young little teenager during the time. Odell Beckham and another guy was in the club. I want to say it was, Trey Songz. Odell Beckham and Trey Songz were in the club, and Justin Bieber was on his knees in the club giving dome to Odell Beckham. I lied to you not. If I could play it on here, I would. And when somebody panned the camera around and shined the light on Justin Bieber and what was going on, Trey Songz tapped Odell Beckham on the shoulder to let him know, hey, man, somebody watch it. Justin Bieber popped up and turned around into the camera because the lights were shining in his face like this, like, oh, shit. Did anybody see that video? Is it just me? Why would he be doing that? Where did he get that from? These are things that this child was having to do to further his career with all the talent that he has. This child can sing, dance. He's a whole triple threat. Sing, dance, write. He can play instruments. Why is it that you got to lower yourself? Somebody said, I saw it. I ain't just making shit up. I ain't gonna never do that. Trey Songz said, man, he was trying to sing to him. Say, hey, telling Odell Beckham. Justin Bieber got up like cameras in his face. Whoever was filming, they walked up on the shit. They were in a club. You could hear the music playing in the background. Justin Bieber was down on his, you could tell what he was doing. You could tell what he was doing. Trey Songz said, hey, man, telling Odell Beckham. Justin Bieber got up like this. Like, oh, shit. And then he kind of ran off because he was embarrassed. But for you to be doing that in a club where there are other people in this atmosphere, which says to me you've been partying with Diddy because that goes on at Diddy parties. They don't care about that at Diddy parties because everybody doing the shit. So the fact that you were comfortable enough to be out in public, most people, if you're going to do that shit, you're going to go to a bathroom or somewhere secluded away from everyone else. But the fact that you're there where people around you are dancing and partying, the music is blasting, like Trey Songz, he was just standing there just looking like, oh, okay, this what y'all doing? Until somebody came up with their camera phone. This is the type of shit that's going on in Hollywood. And it's so sad. It's turning our men into moist individuals. I got to put it that way. Turning our young men. I got to say young because they get them young. I told y'all about how these guys were coming into the industry and they said they sat down with Diddy and Clive Davis and they were saying, hey, I got all this talent. They offered me a music deal, but they told me, hey, we got to go party first. Y'all know what that means. I can't sign my deal yet. I showed y'all the video where the guy said, I can't sign my deal yet. They told me I can't sign my deal yet until we go party first. So that means you got to be involved in the, what is it called? The bulle. You got to go through the initiation before you can sign on the dotted line. And then they're going to go on back there and get that, what is it? That insurance policy signed because you're a rapper. They know it's not safe in them streets. That's how it works. I know a lot about the music industry. I've been offered 2 record deals. I know how the shit work. That's how I can speak on it. There's certain things you got to do. I'm in the studios getting ready to record. And let me just share some stuff. And I don't like to use share my business. Originally, okay, I was supposed to be in a girl group. I didn't want to be in a girl group because my voice is strong enough to be solo. If anybody ever heard me sing, I'd be bullshitting over here, but I can sing down. I write songs as well. I did not feel like I needed to split money 3 ways between anyone when I have my own talent and can be solo. Okay. Now, I was going to work with this producer and these 2 other girls while I went and did an audition to be, they were looking for a 3rd girl. And a person that I know from back home, they said, hey, they're doing an audition. Go, they're trying to do this girl group thing. Go and maybe, just maybe they'll just allow you to have your own deal. All right. Now, when I went and I auditioned, and I sang down, okay? I sang the song, Tell Me If You Want Me To. Do y'all remember that song? Girl, I've been doing my own thing. Girl, that song. I did that, but I just killed it. I got in there and murdered the song. Dude that was doing the audition was like, shit. He was like, we looking for a 3rd member. He said, but you should be solo. It's not going to work because the other girls are going to feel like you overshadowing them and it's going to be a problem. Okay. He said, it's going to be a problem. So you might want to try to audition to be by yourself. So once he finished with the other girls, he let them go. He said, I need to hear you sing again. I was like, okay, because that's standard. If you're trying to give me my own deal, I'll sing again. I don't care. Okay, I went in and sang something else while I'm singing. When I sing, I always sing with my eyes closed because I'm hearing the song that I'm singing because I don't have no music going. So I'm playing the song in my head as I'm singing. This motherfucker walked up behind me and grabbed me and started groping me. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not what we're going to do. And I'm not going to allow that to have a record deal. I said, if I have got to compromise myself and my body and sleep with you to sign a fucking record deal so that people can hear me sing, when I can be an independent artist and do what I do on my own, I don't want it. I was singing with my eyes closed in front of a microphone, and this motherfucker got up from behind the board and walked behind me and grabbed me from behind while I'm singing. And I turned around like, whoa, what the fuck is going on here? I was thrown. I said, no. I'm not doing this. The person y'all looking for obviously ain't me because I don't lay down to get no contracts around this bitch. That's what we don't do. Because what come out of these vocals right here, I can get that anywhere. I turned it down. And a person was saying to me, girl, you crazy, but bitch, no. And that's how these young people get caught up. They feel like, okay, I might not get this opportunity again. So I'm going to allow certain things so that I can make it. Because I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to have to be caught out here barely making and not knowing how I'm going to pay my bills. I want fame. I want to be, Groove Theory. I sang the hell out of that song. Dude was like, you need to be solo because the other girls, they're going to feel, and I wasn't even going to be, the third person they were looking for wasn't even going to be the lead person. It was just going to be a person to help harmonize. But I was going to be looking at it in a way of trying to, maybe if I got to be the third person and then just kind of branch off and do my own shit. But dude was coming on some crazy shit. I was like, no. I got my shit and I left. They were like, girl, this was been an opportunity of a lifetime for you. I don't give a fuck. I will not lay on my back for a record deal. I meant that shit. And we good over here now. We get paid to write songs for other people. Look at God. Other people who cannot write their own songs. That's where I come in. Okay. I do my own shit. Own shit. Ain't missed a beat. Ain't missed a beat. Still got a deal on the table. If I want to sign it right now, I can. If they do right. If they're going to do the money shit right. Because I need my writing credits and all that shit to be right. Because I know how it works. My cousin is an entertainment attorney. I'm already set up for what I need to move forward. I'm waiting on them to get their shit right. And I'm good. If they decide not to, I'm good still being independent. But I will not compromise myself and the gift that God gave me to use it in that manner and jeopardize who I am as a woman to lay on my back for a record deal when I ain't got to. God bless me with this gift. I grew up singing in the church. I will not compromise who I am in the gift God put in me to do that, to get in it that way. If I got to do it that way, I don't need it. And that's the attitude I had. And I have not suffered. I have not gone without. I have not, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. And I haven't heard of this damn group that they were putting out. I ain't heard of them. So obviously that shit didn't pop either. I was saying that was a blessing in disguise that I got the hell out of there. Because it could have put me in a situation that I probably couldn't get out of. I probably would have signed some shit that I would have been stuck in and being mistreated and being forced into doing some things that I did not want to do because I wanted to have my voice heard. And a lot of these young people, they get tricked into stuff like that. I told y'all the other day that they have these things in the industry where they call it modeling. But when you get there, it's called doing PORN videos. But they don't know that prior to getting there. But then they don't sign all this paperwork and get stuck in contracts that they didn't even know about. These young people, because they want to be famous and make money. So you have to know your shit when you're trying to do this type of stuff. But it's sad to see talented individuals. Let's get back to B2K because that's who we're talking to. I wanted to give you guys an example because I know I've been in this for a long time. I've been in it for a long time. I will not compromise. I will not compromise my body and my morals and my integrity for a record deal. I will not do it. I will not do it. I will not. But let's get back to B2K. All right. I think that's very big of his wife to speak out. But my thing is, if you've seen things and you've held on to this for such a long time, like Andrea Kelly, I kind of got to look at you for a while, ma'am. I want to thank you, wife, for coming out and saying that for years that you've seen some things and now you're trying to do some self-improvement and you've dedicated your time to working on your mental, physical, and emotional well-being and all that. And you often had to be in solitude. Thank you for doing all of these self-help things. But when you see people who are suffering in silence, these are young children. You sitting on 4 children, having 4 children. Now, my question is, has her children experienced some of the same thing that B2K experienced because your husband is a predatory individual? That's my question. If he touched somebody over here, did he do that with his own children? Because predators, they don't have a preference. They really don't. They don't have a preference. If they're touching over here, they're touching over here. So my question is, were your children touched too? Is that why you're speaking out? Because you noticed something that happened with your own children and you didn't protect the children that he was working with? Which I'm sure if they saw him as a father figure at some point, if you were in the picture like that, then they kind of see you kind of like as a second mom as well. So when did your antennas actually kick in to where you say, I need to protect these boys because I'm seeing some things that should not be happening with them? Or did you sit back and you allowed the shit to happen because you was driving in the Mercedes Benz and living in the $4 million house and being able to, fly first class and wearing the greatest rags, the Gucci rags and the Gucci bags and all that? Did you keep quiet because you wanted to protect that lifestyle? And maybe now that things are not as great, because B2K, they ain't really doing too much. Now, I mean, they did tour, but they ain't hot like they were. I mean, R. Kelly's, he locked up, so he ain't writing no shit for them right now. Like, why were you feeling compelled to speak out now? Like I said, I thank you for doing that. But B2K been out for a hot little minute now. So I feel like you didn't protect them as you should have. Yeah, we're not selling our soul. Thank you so much, KC. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. There's so many people that's done that. So many people that's done that. We talked about Darius that worked on Family Matters, okay? He talked about most of the guys in Hollywood have been touched in order to get movie roles. Cat Williams, he's done interviews where he sat down with Club Shay Shay. He talked about most of the men in Hollywood, they want them to wear dresses. That's the way that they break them down. But yeah, let's do this role right here. Martin Lawrence had to do it with Big Mama's House. Tyler Perry came in the door with Madea. All of these men are being made to be moist in order to get ahead. And it's sad. It's so sad. And they're compromising for a check. They said Kevin Hart said he wasn't going to do it. They said they found him in a dress. He finally said, hey, look, I'm trying to be famous out here. Let me go and put this damn dress on. Compromising. And hanging around Diddy. So I know you've been to Diddy parties 9 times out of 10. Because they say everybody hanging Diddy parties. You doing something. Said Martin Lawrence started with Club Shay Shay. Said that Chris Stokes is getting that Tubi money now. He needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up. He needs to be locked up. Because you cannot essay somebody and inappropriately do things to somebody. And then when they start speaking out and violate this person, you can't go in and file a cease and desist to shut this person up. That's what he did to Raz B. That's why he was going crazy, because he couldn't speak. That's why he was acting out. He was drinking and doing other things. They saw him on top of a building somewhere, on top of a hotel. Do y'all remember that? I think I shared that live here. He was seen on top of, like, scaling the side of a fucking hotel. He was just that gone because he's trying to get somebody to hear him from what has been happening with him. It's so sad. But again, like I said, Chris Stokes did deny the allegations, and now his wife is speaking out. So that speaks volumes, sir. Raz B, he's been speaking out for years. Omarion, let me talk to you, sir. You cannot tell me you were in a group with these guys and that you didn't see and or know something. Omarion's career is the only one out of all of the boys in B2K that's actually going somewhere with the help of Chris Stokes. So no, you're not going to sit there and say you saw something with Chris Stokes, because you, sir, it probably happened to you too, but you ain't going to say shit because your career is doing better than all of them. Okay, he's the breakout star of B2K with the direction of Chris Stokes. So you're not going to tell on Chris Stokes and say you saw something because you don't want your career to be gone. He got kids. He's thinking about it that way. Like, yeah, I know something happened to Raz B, but I don't know who did it and I don't know where it happened or anything like that. So you're not going to be totally transparent when you know something happened to that boy. You know, and you know Chris Stokes did it. That's the thing. He's not gonna say nothing. He's not gonna throw him under the bus. Because that means you can't be on our TV screens pop locking no more. Oh yeah. You can't pop lock no more on our TV screens. Now they're saying that Diddy may be accused of SA and some members of B2K as well. So that's a double whammy. You got to get it from Chris Stokes and from Diddy. And they said that Diddy is very aggressive with his. He don't like to be told no. So think about these boys who want these #1 hits, and they want to be in this group and to be able to travel and tour and be the #1 artist out here. Diddy has a way of making you think that you got to be a star. Tanya Blunt, y'all remember her? That was in the movie with Lauryn Hill. Sister Act 2, when they were singing His Eyes on the Sparrow at the piano. That's Tanya Blunt. Tanya Blunt was signed to Diddy's label, Bad Boy. Tanya Blunt says that she was offered FOs by Diddy and she declined it, and her career was at a halt. Now she does sing still, because she and her husband, they go around. If you guys follow her, I do follow her. She and her husband, they do go around to like award shows. I think they have their own like YouTube channel or something like that where they still sing. They sing down. But in terms of her solo career, it was put to a halt because she refused to do FOs with Diddy. She said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to sing. And I applaud her for that. She was a beautiful talent. Y'all don't remember her Through the Fire and her Through the Fire and the... Y'all don't remember her? Tanya Blunt with the short hair? Diddy stopped her career because she refused to do FOs with him. She talked about it. So because she would not, yes, that girl can sing. She can sing down. But because she refused to do FOs with Diddy and all these random people that he liked to bring into the picture, her career got cut short. He refused to put her music that she had already recorded out there, and he held it over her head and kept asking her multiple times to do these FOs, and she finally told him no, so he dropped her. That's what's going on in the music industry. So they don't care how much talent you have. They don't care about that. It's whoever's willing to go that extra mile and jeopardize their body and their integrity for the sake of them, because that's all it is. They just want to be able to get your soul. When you enter somebody's body like that, you're contracting on. We talked about this, the spirits that transfer. You're transferring these spirituals, and they're doing it through these rituals. You guys saw them in these robes, and then this person in the red robe. That looks so satanic. I wouldn't want to be a part of that just to get a record deal. That's the type of shit to go on. But yes, Mr. Christo said he is a family man, but your own family is what threw you under the bus, sir. Her husband can't sing. Her husband can sing down. They sound good together. So I'm happy that she was able to revive her career, and she stuck with her morals, and she let him know, I'm not about to do that. You're not about to have random people coming up in me just to put no song out. You're not about to do that. I wish Cassie would have done that, because she only put out what, maybe 2, maybe 3 songs. She's getting ready to go back on tour as well. Cassie is. She's gonna be working with Ryan Leslie, who she was actually dating prior to being with Diddy. Who Diddy actually stole her from. She was dating Ryan Leslie prior to Diddy coming into the picture. Diddy stole her from Ryan Leslie and then started trafficking her and abusing her. So now Ryan Leslie, he's back in the picture. He's getting ready to write some songs for her and put her back on tour. So thank God she's finally going to be able to do what she really started out doing, was trying to be an artist through Bad Boy. Thank God. I'm happy for that. Is she the greatest singer? No, but they have tools and stuff now to where they can make your ass sound like you Whitney Houston or somebody out here if you don't know how to sing. So she can put out some hits. Her Me and You song was a hit. It was a smash. But Diddy had other alternatives and other motives for her, which is so unfortunate. But I mean, hell, she won in the end. Her bank account, she ain't got to go on tour. She's sitting on 100 mil. She's sitting on 100 million. She ain't got to tour and go nowhere unless she wants to. Period. But my question is, let me go back to Chris Stokes. My question is, if he violated B2K, do you guys think that there's a chance that he could have violated his own children, and that's what sparked his wife to now come out and speak about things that she's seen because it hit too close to home for her own children, allegedly? Okay? Because a lot of times when people see things that happen to maybe cousin, but when it happened to their child, oh, it's, hey, I'm speaking out. I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm really about to sing like a canary now. As long as it happened to the cousin, okay. But if it happened over here to mine, y'all don't remember Cassie's song, Me and You? You've been waiting too long. I'm here to answer your call. You don't remember that song? That was like a hit back then. That was a hit. Now she can dance, but Cassie does not have that voice like that. If y'all saw her on 106 in Park, oh my God, her voice was horrible. She sounded like she had gerbils biting her up the ass. I ain't even gonna lie. And Cassie, I love you down, baby, but them vocals was not vocaling. She sounded like gerbils were biting her up the ass when she was on stage. Because baby, she sounded nervous. You could tell the nervous was coming out, and she was off key bad. You sound bad, baby. I'm sorry, but yeah, the gerbils was biting up in your ass, baby. They were, but yeah, let's get back to this. But yeah, y'all know in black households, so though, let's go back to the black households in the SA. And most of the people who are, it's usually that close family member, like that one uncle that's got a problem, and everybody know he got a problem, okay? And that's the one that usually be the one to do some shit to a child in the family, and they say, okay, don't leave him around Uncle Junior, because y'all know Uncle Junior got a problem, and it's understood that Uncle Junior got a problem because he got a little touchy-feely problem. So it's understood that you don't leave the kids around Uncle Junior because he gonna mess around and do some shit. And that's the problem here with old Chris Stokes. Chris Stokes, it sounded like you was the Uncle Junior back in the day. And you made your way into Hollywood, and you done made these families, these mamas sit here and trust you with their children, and you done been out here on your Uncle Junior bullshit. And now that these boys are speaking up, you trying to hurry up and go out here and file lawsuits, which that's going to bite you in the ass. That's just going to open the door. That's just going to kick the door down to other things that you've been doing. So he's doing his tactic like Diddy is to make people have these cease and desist. He had Cassie quiet for years on a cease and desist. But when that cease and desist ran out, now she was able to file that lawsuit to get back at him. And that's why she was able to do what she did, because that cease and desist ran out. And then plus they had that whole, lawsuit thing where these women could come forward and say, hey, if something happened to you all the way back in 19, whatever, you can come forward and say and file these lawsuits. So you can't keep people quiet for the rest of your life with cease and desist. And that's what he's trying to do with B2K. And Marcus Houston, you need to be in jail too, because the wife that you got over there, sir, she was a whole minor. Her family was looking for her for years. And you sat over there and you guys helped groom this girl and put her in a situation which I feel she was forced and manipulated. What you 40 years old marrying a barely 20-year-old girl, barely 19. She was 9. Well, really, she was 16, 17. When she went to go stay with Marcus Houston, but he said, oh, no, we didn't have any type of relations like his ass with Bill Clinton until she was an adult. Bullshit. I don't believe that. This girl stayed in your house from 16 years old all the way to 20 years old, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I see y'all putting it in there. You dead right on that. You all the way right on that. You all right. That's called trafficking. Every state you took her to, that's trafficking. Okay, call it what you want to. Chris Stokes, you knew about it as well. You knew she was underage. Y'all knew her family was looking for her. And now she's somebody's wife with 2 children. Why? Because he's a celebrity and he got money. We're excusing trafficking and SA behavior. I didn't know that about Marcus Houston, baby. When I heard that, I said, oh, that makes sense now. That makes sense now. That makes all the sense in the world now. Let's go ahead and talk about this last situation with Diddy. I think I'm going to save that situation with Carlos unless I can find the video. I swore I had it, y'all. I can't stand when I can't find something, and I swear to God I saved it, but now I can't find it and it's making me mad because I want to share it so bad. Let me see if it's this video. I don't know. But with Diddy, as I told you guys, the girl who was a 17-year-old SA victim, okay, where I told you guys that there were pictures where she was seen sitting on his lap, and she described his studio daddy's house in New York to a T, from walking in the front door all the way to the back. She could tell you how the bathroom looked, everything. Yeah, Diddy, they're saying that this girl is a public figure, but Diddy is trying to shame her into coming out and speaking. And he wants to, I guess, shame her into not coming out with this lawsuit. That's what he's trying to do, which is unfortunate because she didn't ask to be in that situation. You guys violated this girl, and now she's sitting here having to sue you guys to take accountability. You and Harv Pierre, which was the president of Bad Boy at the time. So he lured her there. You guys already know the story behind it. I've done several lives on it where they lured this girl. I think she was from St. Louis to New York City to meet Diddy and possibly do some music as well. That's how they get him in there. That's how R. Kelly did. And they essayed this girl. 3 grown men essayed this 17-year-old girl. She could not walk. She could not stand. They had to carry her to a car and put her back on a plane so that she could go back home. Like she was just a rag doll after they violated this girl. So now he's trying to say he don't know her. But now they found out that she is a public figure. And she is using the same attorney that Cassie used when Cassie came after Diddy. So Diddy, I don't think you got a chance, sir. Because if you were scared from Cassie coming after your ass with this same attorney, because you did settle in 24 hours, this girl does not want him to settle. She's not looking for a quick settlement. She wants a trial. So in a trial, we already know that means testimony. That means some things that nobody knew about is going to come out. That's testimony of other people who said things. They're going to be able to come in and speak their piece and really talk about who this person who we've seen and or know Diddy to be. Everybody calls him a mogul, but now he's kind of looking like this predator. Okay, so some things that he don't want to get out is going to come out. That's not even out in the deposition, because I told y'all with Cassie's deposition, they only revealed like 30 something pages, like 35 pages. It's like 60 pages of stuff that Diddy did to this girl. So the things that we heard just in the 35 pages was like, oh my God, I was clenching my pearls with just that. Okay, so if you actually read the rest of that stuff, you'd be like, shit, this boy's a monster. This boy's a monster. So I feel like maybe Diddy may have been violated as a child as well, because people who are predators were probably, like I said before, violated as children themselves. But so she does have the same attorney as Cassie. Okay, she has Cassie's attorney representing her, and she's got her ducks in a row. I think that scared her whenever she pulled those pictures out to show that she was sitting on Diddy's lap. Diddy sitting right there in the picture, like he was like, oh shit, what I'm gonna do now? His money is drying up. Okay, companies are pulling out. They don't want to work with him anymore. So he's looking real crazy right now, like Beyonce say. They got you looking so crazy right now, Diddy. They have got you looking so crazy right now. So I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he's going to have enough money after paying this $100 million to Cassie to fight all of these allegations and or charges. And that's not to say that other women are not going to come out. It's going to bankrupt him. It's going to make him broke to where he's not going to be able to do anything but like R. Kelly is go to jail. Because as long as you got the money, to be fighting and paying people off, it's all fun and games then. But when you broke like R. Kelly and you ain't got no money, yeah, you going to prison. Because who would have thought R. Kelly would be sitting in prison for 30 years? The king of R&B? The king of R&B, R. Kelly, in prison for 30 years? When he's gotten away with said essay and trafficking and all these things that he's been doing for years? R. Kelly? Diddy's day is coming too. Diddy's day is coming too. So my prayer is that, you know, they sock it to his ass. That's my prayer. My prayer is that Diddy, you see your day in court and that you pay for the crimes that you've done to numerous people who were violated. That's my prayer. Excuse me, guys. That is my prayer. And speaking of Diddy, there's a person by the name of Von Zip who they're saying was cool with Diddy. And who was said to be involved with the unaliving of Tupac. They're saying that they're showing that Diddy has some type of motive, and there's some type of audio that this person that's involved has turned into the feds that they're saying that may have said something about Diddy offering up to $2 million to have Tupac unalived, because they were saying he offered money for that. And it's not a coincidence, because Gene Deal already came out to say that Diddy offered him $30K to knock off Biggie. So if you did it over here, you did it over here. Okay. And even if the person didn't go through with it, if you are doing this unaliving for hire, that's a crime. Okay. I watch enough crime shows. If you're trying to pay someone to take someone out, that's a crime, Diddy. I don't think you know that. If people are saying, and there's several videos out there, and I don't think Gene Deal has anything to gain by lying, where he said that Diddy came up to him and asked him to take out Biggie and that he would pay him $30K. I don't think he has to lie about that. So if you asked him to do that, I'm more than I think that you probably had something to do with this too. And if somebody got audio, your ass is grass, and the court system is gonna be the lawnmower, and that's just how that shit gonna go down. Diddy, your day is coming, baby. All right. But so there is, like I said, audio has been turned in, they're saying, to the feds, where Diddy, aka Brother Love, honey, they're saying that he, in fact, is indeed involved in the unaliving of Tupac Shakur. So Keefe D may not be the only one involved. They're saying that Keefe D's son did call and have a very inappropriate conversation with his dad. I don't know why people don't realize when you call somebody in jail, the shit is being recorded. Don't y'all watch Shirley Strawberry and damn Ernesto's calls? Damn. Every time you call to the jail, it's being recorded. So they said that Keefe D's son called him and they were speaking in codes. Okay, because y'all know they in the whole gang. They in that. So they were saying that what was said in a particular phone call was that Keefe D was saying, hey, you got the green light to go, meaning to get rid of somebody. Okay, so they were saying, yeah. So they're saying now that Keefe D's bond may be revoked, which his bond was supposed to be $750,000. They're saying that now it may be revoked because they're saying that he may be a danger to society, being that he is out here giving the green light to have someone unalived. So they are all recorded. I don't know why people don't understand that. When you call somebody in jail, what you're saying to said person and what they're saying to you, that's all being recorded and can be used. And they tell you that. Don't they tell you that on a jail call? I mean, damn, why is y'all on here talking? Yeah, you got the green light to go of said situation. Like, you don't think the feds can decode that shit? They have officers who deal only with people that are in the GANG. So they know these lingos, they know all this stuff. So when you sitting on calls and saying these crazy things, that's your ass. But that's it with Keefe D. They're saying his bond may be revoked. His bond was $750,000, and we're going to let him have that with the ankle monitor to where he can stay home and they can monitor him. But now they're saying that since he's still maybe dealing in the GANG activities while he's still behind jail, still running things and calling shots, that maybe he may not be a safe person to be around outside the penitentiary. So we're gonna see what that's giving. But he is singing like a canary, and he is throwing Diddy under the bus. He's not going to take that time by himself. He's probably going to be facing life behind unaliving and or ordering Tupac to be unalived. So Diddy, if they don't bring you down with the essay, you damn sure coming down with this Tupac situation, okay? I'm going to say this Dustin Ross live, because we're already in almost an hour and a half. I don't want YouTube tripping because we've been on this for a long time. This is our second video. So we're going to say the Dustin Ross interview with Carlos King, okay, guys, for another video, because we got to end this because we are an hour and a half almost, okay? But thank you guys for coming back and joining. I really appreciate you, all 551 of you. Thank you guys so much for the 415 likes. For those of you that forgot to hit the like button, it's okay. You can still go back after the live and hit it for me and support the video, okay? And please subscribe for those of you in the bushes that are watching. I don't mind you being in the bushes, but if you want to be a part of the tea and shenanigans on this channel, please go ahead and subscribe and also like the videos as well, and cut on your notification bell so that you will be privy to all new videos and our tea that we get on this channel, which is all the time, okay? We have a good time over here. Just ask all of my subscribers. Love you guys down. Thank you so much to all of my mods that modded for me tonight, or today rather. And thank you so much to any content creators that joined us as well, okay? Thank you for, I think, trending at some point was on my other video. And thank you, Chef Don Don. I think I saw Girlfriend Chronicles. Is Queen Common Sense, is she a content creator? Well, I don't know why her name just looks like she may be a content creator. If you're a content creator, thanks for being here as well, okay? Love you guys down. Let's get out of here. I will see you guys later. Love and Marriage Huntsville is tonight at 8 p.m. Part 3 of the reunion, okay? As you guys know, I do my reviews on Sunday, okay? Sunday at 8 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Between 7:30 and 8. Just look for your notification for my review, which y'all know is always litty, okay, over here in the Caramel City. All right, it will be a petty review because I'm going all the way off on part 3. So come on back tomorrow for our review of part 3 of Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion, okay? You guys enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you guys later. If I run across any more tea, I may do another pop-in so that we can catch up on that, okay? Love you guys all the way that way, and goodbye.